Have you ever stopped to think? Do people of different religions experience the fundamental forces of life differently? Does gravity pull harder for one group and not the other? Do Christians breathe in different oxygen than Muslims? Do Hindus drink a different kind of water than anyone else? Let's explore the universal forces that bind us all together as one human family, beyond belief and boundaries. Has gravity been experienced differently by Christians, Muslims, or Hindus? Absolutely not. Gravity, like many of life's forces, is universal. Whether you're in a mosque, a church, or a temple, the earth pulls on you just the same. Yet, some believers might say, I believe the gravity around me is different from others. But can we honestly think God would provide a different gravity for different people? That would be foolish. God gives one universal law of gravity to all human beings, regardless of their faith. Gravity doesn't judge, it simply is. And what about water? Is the water in different parts of the world made up of something different for each religion? No, water is water, whether you're drinking it in India, the Middle East, or America. The molecules that make up water, H2O, don't change based on belief. Yet, some believers might think, our water is purer because of our faith. But this is ignorance. God provides the same water for everyone. Water sustains life universally, reminding us that we are all connected by something as simple and essential as a glass of water. Do Christians, Muslims, and Hindus breathe in different air? Absolutely not. The oxygen that fills your lungs is the same everywhere on Earth. Only someone unaware would say, my religion has better air or our lungs work differently. The truth is, God gives the same oxygen to all humans. Our lungs, regardless of who we are, absorb that oxygen in the exact same way. Isn't it fascinating how something as invisible as air unites us all in the most fundamental way? Now, let's talk about the human body. Do people from different religions have different physical systems? Once again, the answer is no. Whether you pray in a mosque, a church, or a temple, your heart pumps blood, your lungs breathe air, and your muscles move in the same way. Only ignorance would claim our bodies are different because of our beliefs. God provides every human being with the same body system. Our internal organs, our cells, and our functions are universal. God isn't foolish to create different bodies for different people. He creates all of us with the same design. Does love feel different depending on your religion? No. Love is one of the most powerful forces in the world, and it is felt deeply by everyone, regardless of where they come from or what they believe. Only the ignorant would say, our love is better or purer because of our faith. Love is not limited by belief systems. God gives us all the capacity to love, and this love brings us together. Whether it's love for family, friends, or even strangers, the emotion is the same across every culture. Happiness. Do people from different faiths experience happiness in a different way? Of course not. Joy, laughter, and the feeling of fulfillment come to all of us, regardless of who we pray to or what traditions we follow. Someone who lacks understanding might say, our happiness is deeper than others. But happiness is a shared human experience. God gives every human being the ability to find joy, to smile, and to celebrate life. What about suffering? Do people of different religions endure pain and hardship differently? No. Whether you're grieving the loss of a loved one or battling a personal challenge, the pain is real for everyone. Some may believe, my suffering is more meaningful than others because of my religion. But suffering is universal. We all face difficulties, and God gives each of us the strength to endure. Our struggles may look different on the surface, but deep down, pain connects us all. It reminds us of our shared humanity. So, what does all of this mean? Whether it's gravity, air, water, love, happiness, or suffering, the experiences of life are the same for all of us. Now here's a question. Is God foolish enough to give different versions of himself to different people? Would God divide himself based on our beliefs? The answer is simple. No, God doesn't play favorites. Just as the laws of nature, like gravity and air, apply to everyone equally, so does God's love and presence. The truth is, it's human ignorance that leads us to misunderstand God's laws. God provides one God to all of humanity, but we perceive him differently because of our beliefs and traditions. God isn't foolish enough to provide a different world for different people. He provides one world, one set of universal laws, and one divine presence. What's the problem with belief? The biggest issue with belief is that it's not objective. Beliefs can often be misleading, steering us away from the truth. People frequently develop subjective, false beliefs about reality. However, the truth itself doesn't change based on belief. Truth is singular and objective. For example, the sun is an objective entity and its location is factual. Yet as we move in different directions, our perception of the sun changes. Different shadows at different locations illustrate how our perspective can mislead us into thinking the sun itself changes. In the same way, God is one, objective and omnipresent. However, our minds are subjective, leading us to perceive him subjectively. This subjectivity is shaped by religious traditions that condition our minds to view God in a subjective way. Another issue is that what you believe today might change tomorrow. Ideas we hold strongly now can evolve unexpectedly over time. For instance, in ancient times, many cultures believed that the Earth was flat and at the center of the universe. This belief changed when Copernicus introduced the heliocentric model, placing the sun at the center, a theory later confirmed by Galileo. However, the Catholic Church punished Galileo for supporting the heliocentric model, which the Church considered heresy. Interestingly, Hindu culture has recognized since ancient times that the Earth is spherical and that the sun plays a central role. Their astronomical understanding has been remarkably clear throughout history. What is God? God, unlike physical entities, cannot be defined by any form and cannot be fully explained. It is our limitation that we try to define him using the words and concepts of physical language because that's how we understand the world. In Sanskrit, God is defined as Brahman, possessing the qualities of Sat, Chit and Anand, meaning eternal existence, consciousness, and bliss. Some philosophers also refer to him as ether, an element that pervades everything. Let us dive deeper for a better understanding. All the elements in the universe are made of atoms, and atoms are composed of electrons, neutrons, and protons. So, in essence, all matter is made from the same three particles. What makes them different are the varying numbers of these particles in each atom. When we divide these particles further, quantum physics tells us they are made up of pure energy. Einstein's energy-mass equivalence theory also shows that energy and mass are interconvertible. Beyond energy, there is the concept of the God substance, which is the ultimate foundation of all matter. Science cannot fully prove this because it lies beyond the scope of physical experiments. This is why Indian spirituality teaches that everything is derived from God, and all physical matter emanates from his presence. The Indian Upanishads repeatedly state that everything is made from God, and God is present everywhere. Can we experience the presence of God? Yes. We cannot see air, but we can experience it. We feel it through the movement of air in our breath or through fans circulating it. We also experience it when it fills balloons or tires under pressure. Similarly, you can contemplate that there is a cause behind the vast universe, and that cause is God. He is self-sustained, and he creates systems that are also self-sustained. Your body, for example, is self-sustained. You don't consciously control your heart to keep it pumping, nor do you manage your digestive system to absorb nutrients from food. Yet when someone dies, something, an element of God, is missing, and the body no longer functions. That element is the soul. From birth, God provides for you. For instance, he creates milk in your mother, regardless of what she eats. Always nutritious, always white, perfectly designed for a newborn. And God doesn't show favoritism. He doesn't create milk only for mothers of a particular religion. He is not biased. He treats all equally. God's system is objective, universal, and unbiased. If a follower of a particular belief tells you that you must believe in their God for him to take care of you, they are misleading you. God doesn't cut off essential things like air or water based on belief. God cares equally for atheists. Ask that follower why you should believe them. Instead, you can simply experiment to experience God for yourself. Have you ever thought, this is my hand and I must believe in it for it to work better? No, absolutely not. You don't have to believe in your hand, you experience its function. Similarly, you don't have to believe in any religious book or form of God for him to take care of you. However, if someone tells you there are ways to experiment and experience a universal objective God, they are correct. A fish in water doesn't need to go anywhere to understand water. It doesn't need to believe in any other fish as a god to know the water. The only thing it needs to do is remove the ignorance that water is somewhere else. The fish's very existence is in water and because of water. Likewise, your very existence is in God and because of God. Just engage in sadhana means spiritual practice to remove ignorance, and you will surely experience God. Thus, remember, God is not merely a subject of belief, he is a subject of experience. To know him is to understand the deep fundamental connections that unite us all regardless of what we believe. Imagine trying to describe the taste of sweets to someone who has never tasted anything sweet. It's difficult, right? You might keep saying, this sweet is really tasty and sweet, but they still wouldn't get it. In the end, you'd probably just say, try it for yourself and experience it. So how can we deepen our understanding of these universal truths? How can we move beyond belief and truly experience God on a profound level? That's where the book Dog to God, The Two Eternal Spiritual Laws comes in. This book explores two core spiritual laws that govern not only our lives but the lives of all beings. These laws are eternal, applying to everyone, regardless of the faith we follow. Check out the book on Amazon. The link is in the description. Let's continue this journey of spiritual enlightenment and unity together. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with others to awaken them.